Good afternoon and welcome to UCA's online public lecture. My name is Shaukat Ali Khan and I am the Chief Information Officer here at the University of Central Asia. I hope all is well and that despite these unprecedented times, you and your families have stayed safe and healthy. Our today's topic is the impact of COVID-19 on cybersecurity. And I'm happy to introduce you our today's speaker, Mr. Faheem Ali, who is an international speaker with an insightful understanding of the financial sector in various markets of Central Asia, Asia Pacific, and Africa. He has extensive experience in financial product development, corporate and product marketing strategies, digital transformation, cybersecurity, and FinTech, FinServ operations. He provides training, consulting, and executive coaching services for inclusive financial service providers. Please welcome Faheem Ali.
Thank you, Shaukat. Hi, everyone. Allow me to share my screen first. Shaukat, please confirm if you can see my screen. Shaukat, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see also your screen.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Shaukat, for the introduction also. Hi, everyone again. Pleasure to meet you here. My name is Faheem Ali. I'm the expert in digital transformation and financial inclusion. As Shaukat said, I worked in a number of countries, but I've also worked in Kyrgyzstan. It's a wonderful country. And currently I'm in East Africa. I'm in Nairobi in Kenya. In today's session, we will learn that how we can, we should approach the COVID-19 security, cybersecurity more properly. And then again, in the during and post-COVID world. So let me show you a few things. First of all, our agenda, I've already introduced. So let me show you our agenda. Number one, which we will talk more on, is actually the infrastructure. We need to discuss that what are the critical elements which we need to consider, especially in the terms of infrastructure, which is quite changing a lot in the recent world. The second is actually, how we need to do in preventing the COVID-19 attack themes. And the third one is actually the best practices to ensure the remote workplace, which we also say work from home, security, especially the cyber securities. And the respond, if we get any responses, if we get any, cyber incident, then what exactly we need to do as a company, as an individual, and as an, how the large, as an organization. So let's talk first of all the shifting landscape, which is going, more right now. So after the world, after the virus, the world will be quite different. It is whether the current pandemic lasts weeks, months. I hope it will be not years, but a very little will remain unchanged by the COVID-19. So COVID-19 is changing actually everything. I mean everything. Along with the social distancing, obsessive, sanitization, broken supply chains, fragmented workplaces. It is also, rise of the video meetings, conferences. We're getting, so much we are connected on the phones, laptops, and all that. Physical distance, physical meetings are not there. So the pandemic is actually changing everything, starting from the consumer to the business behavior. And again, the people, their demands are also changing. Be it is a customer of the financial institutions or any of the customers, be it is a student of the university or merchants demand, or even, the demand of all sectors, like it is financials or healthcare, or even the education, or even the retail, or now even the governments are also changing their number of policies in number of countries. So businesses are known, they are taking the innovations very rapidly, and he and she is doing, why should I not do? This organization is doing, why should I not do? So they are changing the digital tool, bringing so many things, leveraging the cloud services, bringing whatever it was earlier at the on-premises. Now everything is changing on the cloud. Then again, the emerging risk also, comes. Everything what innovations bring is actually a good news, but also it comes with a cost. The digital spreads also the roots deeper, and it creates the risk and the impact of the cybersecurity. Risk of the technology, whatever changing which you are doing in your institution, rapid changing cloud services, VPN, virtual conferences, changes of the users. There are a number of procedures, guidelines people have shared, be it is a financial institution or any other institution. They are changing number of guidelines, but these guidelines are not documented. These processes are not documented. End to end, it's not clear what exactly you need to do. And these are being done in rush, because it's the urgent need of the it's urgent need of the institution, of the organization, and that's why there is a risk behind this. That's why there are the hackers, there are the some of the people who want to take the benefit of this one. And this is why we are more going on the technology, but it, as I said, it comes also with the attacks, with the risk, and also the impact to the institution. Infrastructure. What exactly we need to do at the infrastructure level, be it is at your home or at your organization or at your the network which you are using. First of all, what exactly we need to do? The VP and the firewall configuration is the most important areas which you need to do right now if you have not done it. Test the maximum capacity level, that how much your institution's VPN firewalls can do. Sometimes the licenses are only for 10 users, but they deploy it in the 1,000 users. Sometimes the close monitoring of the users is also important. Sometimes you connect, but there's no monitoring. There's no one who is looking what exactly is going on. There's no monitoring on the logs. There's no monitoring on the incoming and outgoing IPs or the networks which you are using. The blocks which you also need to do is also very important. Most of the systems, once you bring any new systems, is connect with the different APIs. APIs is the application programming interface. Application programming interface connects the different systems in your main core banking or core system, which connects with the different open-ended solutions. Once you collect these open-ended solutions, these are quite dangerous if you have not done your due diligence, which you can also say the quality assurance, in the terms of the technology. The quality assurance of these things are more important, and the quality assurance should be done internally, yes, but even if from the external also, which is, rapid, what is changing on, what is the change which you brought, who is the users, how the third party is connected, and all that. The major part is actually how your business resilience or your continuity plan, which you can always say business continuity plan, is updated. Most of the institution business continuity plan even don't exist. It is only in the IT policies, one small paragraph that if something happened, then this will, the document will be, activated. But which document, how, what is the process, how it will be activated, and who will be actually looking at it? Who is the responsible? What will be the emergency response team? People have not even heard the word of task force committees or, the emergency response team. But even after, Corona, so many committees were, developed. But these are the things which should be done before in the documented way and called as a BCP. If your one server, if your one services is not working, what exactly you need to do? I have conducted number of webinars on BCP. It's a huge topic, to be discussed. And then there are a number of articles which I've also, published on my LinkedIn. You can even check on there. And this is most critical, important elements which you need to see, especially the vendors, activating the vendors vetting, and also bringing the quality vendors and to connecting to your, main core systems. Let me show you one also a small video, which most of the people actually connects or wants free Wi-Fi. Once you connect to the free Wi-Fi, what exactly information do you share? What exactly people are looking what you are doing? And these are the most critical elements which people forget, once they connect to the free Wi-Fi. And it is a very easy, way to see what exactly you are doing once you are connected to the free Wi-Fi. Let me show you. What I was saying that this free Wi-Fi's, these once they connect your device, once you connect your machines, be it is a laptop your desktop or your phone or even your tablets or whatever gadgets you are using it. They actually connect everything. They actually record your voice or whatever you are saying in the meetings. They actually see whatever the documents are available in that gadget in their machine. They can actually see or review your bank details. If you are connecting your bank accounts internal through the internet, then again they can even see the passwords. Don't see that the passwords are in the star or in dots, but they can actually see behind these passwords. And then again they connect to your machines or to your financial details. Or more the risky part is actually it is your official your company details. Consider that you are working in the bank, consider that you are working in the financial institution. They will actually withdraw everything. That's the attack which is done in the most of the financial institutions in Saudi Arabia, in Russia, in some of the other institution countries, where the entire the malware was attacked. So what are the COVID-19 attack vectors which we really need to see? Number one is actually phishing. Most of the people don't know what phishing is. So just for the small definition, phishing is actually the fraudulent attempt to obtain your information, your data, whatever the data which you have in your machine, your laptop, your mobile phones. They get the passwords, they get the credit card details, they get your bank details through the electronic communication. They send you some attack kind of websites where you add your information. They send you something kind of email where you open it and then you see. I will also share in the next slide also in detail. But this is called the phishing, to get you or to catch you on the areas where you are not aware, and you are erroneously or mistakenly you are adding all the information what you are not aware. The second is actually password spraying. This is also what the people do. They share the passwords to get your passwords of different institution, your Gmails, your personal email IDs, your official email IDs, your official core banking systems or systems which you are using in your organization. Virtual conferences or class or lectures also they try to attack, and how what exactly we need to do. And then again the home network, which is also called work from home, exactly what things which we need to do. So let's go to the next slide. The first is what it says is actually COVID-19 phishing. So what is, there are a number of websites after the COVID-19, once this in the March, it was created, number of websites were created, a number of emails were sent to click, on the sites to get, the details, create your user IDs, this one, to get the information, the emergency responses. Please deposit, someone is dying in some countries, from the COVID, please deposit some money. Once you deposit some money, even $1, $2, they actually get your bank details. They actually get your core information. And this is how they try to attack, on the number of sites. There are a number of websites which is also created from the CDC watch list, WHO safety portals. It says that there are around 3,000, 300,000 websites, or even the attacks was created in only 10 days, which is from 9th of March till 23rd of March, 10 to 15 days. And this is what people were saying that this can be gone. And more of the institutions have actually attacked during that period, especially in the period of the April, May, and June, and even May. So these are what exactly we need to do. Let me show you one also another. This is the old video, but it is also gives us a very good message. It's a very small video, but let me show you the message. So you see, people don't know what is going on. This is virus, this is invoice. No, this is something else. Let's open it. We don't know. We click it, we open it, but then again we are the we are attacked by the people. And this is how, as I was saying, the number of websites are created. We were not aware what exactly these are, and that, but again, we try to click. Sometimes you will get the email from your known people, like for example, from your CEO, or maybe from your IT people, or maybe from your institution's ID. For example, if it's the UCA, then you will get the email from University of Central Asia at universityofcentralasia.org, or maybe .com or something like that. And then you will be thinking that this is maybe from University of Central Asia, and I need to add my details. I need to add my banking details. Maybe university is asking that please add the banking details as we are updating, our database. Maybe you are not aware. Did you got that email from the correct people? Just see the email link, also the link of the websites, where you are updating the link or your information. Sometimes, these cyber securities, they try to attack a lot, especially through the phishing emails, or even sometimes they try to attack the domain, the domain threats. The domain threats are actually created in the different kind of, virtual, as I said, university, .com. Maybe the one which is domain is not the correct one. Always see that it is HTTPS. S is actually the security, which is more, converting that what it is secured, licensed or not. Sometimes also they create the malware threats, and this is more from the email. So be aware of the fraudulent emails, which is claiming, that it is from the expert. It also says that you need to be very attention on the URL, on the gateway, which is, coming from, because sometimes the gateways are not clear. Sometimes the gateways, sometimes you will see there is a website which is showing on the Microsoft, but it is actually not Microsoft. It is actually the threat. Do not click on any unknown link, which is, which you are not aware. Don't download any document, which is actually the downloading in your machine, in your computer, in your devices. You are downloading the virus in your machine. If you are not aware, ask from your IT team. Ask from the expert in your institution. Ask from your information security manager if it is. Ask from the information security person if it is in your company. Or ask from your IT person, IT support person. He will guide you that this is a phishing email or what exactly you need to do. Check the true destination of the link, which is maybe, pointing on the hyperlink. Sometimes it is only mentioned click here, but it is not mentioned that click here, it is going or taking you where. So sometimes don't click, just right click and see the hyperlink, the link which is going where it is actually taking you. What is the address of that link? It is with the HTTPS or not. Sometimes the typo or grammar areas, for suppose if it is a University of Central Asia, the word university, there must be some spelling or typo grammar error, which they do intentionally, which which is not attention quickly on, once we click on it. So that's why I always see that the messages, the text messages, sometimes also you will get the text messages with the link, which you sometimes click. Now more of the phishing attacks are on the social media, especially on Facebook, on Twitter, where you will see there are the promoted ads. Once people add or they click on the ads or something, then again they take to someone. Sometimes they want to change the background and all that, different photos. Most of the students try to do this one, and then again they don't know that their data is being shared. Sometimes there are the apps which also getting your data. There was a very good app which was recently shared where or making you old or making you young, but you are not aware that most of the data was actually shared on the back of the on the app. If you think that you are the victim of the scam, then report to your bank immediately, especially of your bank details, so that they change your PIN number, your passwords, your something like this, whatever you want. Otherwise, you will not aware that maybe your bank accounts are empty and everything is being removed from your bank. Password spring. This is a very common one in the financial institutions, and even right now, most of the institutions, or even in the cloud services. As much as we are reaching to the cloud services or remote working capabilities, there are a number of fake login pages are created, which is getting your passwords. Sometimes whenever you create any new login, any new area or any new page, please don't add the same password as you are using for your bank, or maybe for your personal email ID, or maybe for your official email ID. change the different passwords. Otherwise, if you are making only one password for this, and most of the institution or most of the people, they do the passwords with the username, and the password is 123 or admin 123, something like this. These are the common passwords. The password should be with the alphabets, with the numerics, with the different kind of thing. Sometimes people always put the passwords with the very easy passwords, like Faheem and the Faheem's date of birth, or Faheem 123, or Faheem 786, something like this. So these are the common passwords which can be cracked anytime. Sometimes people put the passwords of your mother, father names, or their baby's name, or maybe their their wife's name or their spouse name. So these are the common passwords which people can crack anytime. It is always wise to also do the passwords with the multi-factor authentication, or we can always say two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? It is actually you put your password and also allow the mobile to get the pin of this particular web, and then you add the pin on from your mobile, so that you are aware that what is going on. But don't create the login or passwords on the same as I said before. And sometimes the social media pages like FB, Twitter, or LinkedIn, they are trying to connect you through the different passwords, through the different users. They will show you very fancy, very good websites which they want you to connect through your Facebook or through your social media network, which is actually connecting you or getting your information, your personal information on that. So these are quite dangerous. These are quite dangerous for all of us. Please be avoid on these things. Now, work from home is also more of the common risky area things which we need to talk. So let's discuss what are the work from home, what exactly we need to do once we are working from home, because right now most of us is working from home. So what exactly we need to do? So now, as you see that most of the institutions or their networks are also changed because they are working from home. Most of the policies are changed because the people are working from home because of the coronaviruses, because they don't want to come in the institution, because they don't want to go in the red zone. But what exactly the institution need to do once their employees are working from home, or what as a user we need to do once we are working from the home? First of all, as an organization, you need to update or establish your cybersecurity policy. Sometimes you also add your cybersecurity policy with your IT policy. It is good to add, but sometimes it is good to also separate these two policies for the guidance or for the clearance of the institution's employees or staff, so that they know what exactly they need to do. These are the cybersecurity elements which you need to add, because there are different guidelines people have shared. But again, these guidelines are not clear for the common users or the people who are not tech savvy. They are not aware what exactly they need to do. Second, you as an IT team, or you as an overall institutions, or as a user, you need to set up your 2FA, your two-factor authentication. If it is possible, add multiple factor authentication. Use the VPN in your networks. Set up your firewalls. Use an antivirus software which should be up to date. Sometimes we add the antivirus, but these are not up to date. Sometimes these are updated in the 2019. People don't care when it was updated and wow, it is working. Sometimes people or users actually stop because it is updating every time and it is slowing the machine, so they stop the antiviruses because it is slowing their machines. Sometimes people don't take the backup. Please take the backup every day, or maybe you can just link your backup automatically so that the backups goes to your cloud services, be it if you are using it in the Microsoft or Gmail or whatever. Look out for the phishing emails and the sites, as I talked before. Use the encrypted communication, especially for the businesses and etc. You need to use the encrypted end-to-end encrypted communication. Lock your devices when you are not around. For example, if you're working right now at your home, if you're not around, please lock the machine. Don't keep it open, otherwise people just will switch on anything and then again it will be disaster. Don't use the USBs, open USBs. Sometimes people get the USBs from here and there, they plug in the machines to see what exactly there is. We are more of the anxiety. We want to see what is going on here and there, and we plug in the USBs. Once we plug in the unknown USBs, there must be viruses which they are connected to our machines, and then the viruses goes inside our machines if the virus also is not updated and not getting the viruses. Sometimes people do use the shady, torrents, which is also right now most of us are working from home. So we need to see the movies, we need to see the, our favorite programs. So we need to download the free videos, free, movies. That's why we want to download the torrent. And once we download the shady torrents, they actually get your personal information. Once you see the ads which are coming on, and once we click that ads, it's actually attacked directly to your Chrome, your Google Chrome, or whatever the browser which you are using. And once they are connected, they can see your passwords. Whatever activity you will do, they can actually connect, and they can actually see your network. So let me ask you a very simple question to all of you who are connected right now and hearing me. Is right now, as you are currently working from home, how much your security policies, as I talked before, right now, just the few points which I discussed, how much of these are actually updated, or you are following these things? I'm sure the most of the answers will be no. And if the answers is no, you are imagine that how much cybersecurity you are prone, and you will be getting that threat anytime. Maybe in next few minutes you will also get a new threat, and maybe you will update, and then imagine how your company's information or maybe your personal information will go. These are the risks which people don't see, but once they are attacked, then they see these areas. As most of us working from home, definitely there's virtual conferences, virtual meetings, virtual lectures like this, virtual classrooms, and most of the areas which is connected now to us to the virtual, but it also comes with the risk. Here, let me give you an example of education sector as a digital education. The education sector is redesigned their delivery, adopting technology to address the changing learning environments. If the education providers can overcome the challenges, virtual schools will become the new normal. Maybe there will be no physical schools. Maybe there will be only virtual schools. I can study from here for Germany. I can study from here to Kyrgyz, University of Central Asia. So this may be the new norm for us, for all of us. With the traditional approaches marginalized permanently, which we don't know that how long it will take. According to the WEF, in this pandemic, it is 262 million children are out of schools in the low and median income countries, and could be receiving the education despite the shortage of the qualifications, teachers, or infrastructure. This may be also narrow down that we need to bring the digital divided amongst the poorest countries and also to the Western countries, and to the societies where we need to bring the education. But as I said, these comes also with the risk. Millions of invested in the virtual schools right now. There are a number of e-platforms which people were not using earlier, or most of the institutions, they were not even don't want these virtual platform, e-learning platform. But now everyone seeing that we need virtual platform. We need virtual platform. Even people before they want to do the physical meetings. The people were traveling from US, from UK, from Kyrgyz, from Dubai, from Turkish, and they were sitting in one places. They were doing the meetings. But now everything is changed. Another example is actually the robotic healthcare, which is also now virtually. Virtual retailers, digital financial services, banking services, digital access, digital transformations in number of your processes. These trends are changing a lot, but these also comes with the cyber crimes. And this is what we need to be aware of. These ecosystems, once they are around us, they also comes with the cyber attacks. As an institution's providers, as an institution user, not only it is a responsibility of IT. Let me tell you, most of the institution thinks that this is the institution, this is the responsibility of IT. This is the responsibility of my brother who is sitting right now, Shaukat. He is most of the responsible person. No. It is a responsibility of all of us. It is the responsibility of all the users which are doing, because you have to create the part. The IT can only guide you. The information security person can only guide you. But it is you who have to see what is we need to do and how it is encrypted, and most importantly, your data privacy, what you are doing. If there is an incident, if there is an incident which we have occurred, Shaukat, just for 5 minutes more. If there's an incident which is occurred, what exactly we need to do? First of all, let me ask you, in your company, whatever company you are, do you have the incident response team? And if yes, are you aware that what exactly you need to do once you will face any incident? Who you need to contact? What exactly the guidelines are? Most of the institutions actually are not aware once the incidents occurred exactly what they need to do, and that's why they are lacking more of the support. What my suggestion is that you need to first create the incident response team. Incident response team should be with the multiple skillful people, with the with the cyber security people, with the IT background, with the general administration background also, and the other areas of whatever interest or whatever sector you are working on. So these people should be looking. Now let's come to the IT, more specific to the cybersecurity. If there's any cybersecurity, you need to contact to the person. He will guide you. If there's any email, kind of phishing email which you have received, you need to share with that person. He will guide you what exactly you need to do. And then these are the person who will be creating more awareness training. Awareness training is also important. This is one of the awareness training which we are doing today. How many awareness training you have done in your institution, starting from the COVID-19 or even before COVID-19? Awareness trainings, the best practices says the awareness training should be at least twice a month, or more worse to the once in the quarter. And these awareness training should not be like lecture like this. It should be more interactive. It should be the link which I can send you, and then again you can see the multiple choice questions which you can click, and then again you can revise what is I need to do. The institution also need to do the cyber insurance. Most of the institutions don't spend money on this because they see this risk, or this the area covering the risk mitigation is too much costly for them. But once they face the cyber attacks, then it is a most critical element which then they were not even imagining. So these are the things which we need to do as an incident preparation. So in a conclusion, what exactly prevention we need to do? Number one, on your gadgets, on your machines, whatever you are using as an end user, you need to lock your computers whenever you are leaving your network. You need to leave your you don't leave your laptops unattended. Put your pins on your tablets. Pin should be different, or even in your secure areas. Report any suspicious PC behavior or any cybersecurity to your IT or to the people who are experts. Number two, on your passwords, don't share your passwords. Your passwords should be strong. It should be with the alphabetic, numeric, but not alphabetic, numeric like Faheem, and A is actually @ and M is actually small or capital. No, it should be different name. It should be a very difficult kind of a password which people can't track or can't hack your passwords. Then again you should also add your two-factor authentications in your passwords. And then again, report any account or password which is compared to the previous one. Every month you should be changing it. As I said, avoid free Wi-Fi. Always click the links which are with HTTPS. S is more of the secured site. Don't connect to the USBs. Don't connect to the cyber cafes or any other public Wi-Fi. Like you are going, for example, you are going in the Starbucks, and then you are connecting it. First of all, before asking the coffee, you are asking that what is your Wi-Fi password. These are the things which people are actually hacking your systems, which you are not aware. Or even sometimes institutions who are using these password or networks, they are even not aware that someone is actually hacking their services. So be keen on these things, because these are the special areas as a personal users in your terms. Remember, let me show you this video also on the future of work, how people are actually changing in the type of work which they are going to do. Please see.
Spatial is a collective computing environment that lets teams visualize their thoughts in the room around them.
Hi, Mike. Hey, Jess. Going?
So whether you're on a desktop computer or scribbling notes on your phone, all your digital devices are seamlessly tied together into an infinite workspace. You can manifest your ideas before your eyes by just saying them, and in a click, expand them with the power of all the world's information. Using augmented reality's infinite canvas, pixels become tactile, letting you manipulate them like clay. We believe digital and physical worlds should live in harmony together. You can sketch ideas out on paper, or have them exist digitally. Spatial brings people and ideas together into a single shared environment, letting us work together in profound new ways.
So, colleagues, my friend, the future of the work is now changing. It will look like something like this, where you will be wearing the gadgets and you will be in US. You will be in the conference room. You will be in somewhere in the out from your institutions. This is called virtual reality, or sometimes it's also called the augmented reality, which is you are here, but you are somewhere else, in the augmented reality or virtual reality. These realities are being used in the future of work. Now it is being used. Most of the countries are already using it. Most of the different merchants are also using it. Even in the agriculture world, people are using it. Financial or banking institutions are also using it. And this will be called as a future of work in the different, technology or the using of your data, different kind of data services which you are using. But remember, our customers, students, or retailers, or even whoever we are serving it, these are the people who should be at the center. And the data is your key. Because every institution, the data is the key, and the customers or your students, retailers is on the center. In the past, you would go to the local bank to deposit a check, but in future, you will still go to your local bank, but now you will deposit your sensitive data. Let me repeat again. In the past, we were going in the banks, to deposit our checks, our money. But in future, we will not go. We will go to the bank, but we will just deposit our data, because data is more sensitive. Now people are actually buying the data. People are buying the phone numbers. People are buying the email IDs, because these are the most expensive areas of marketing, digital marketing. And remember, these data belongs to you, and you are the owner of the deposit which you have done as in data. But the bank and all other financial service providers, be it's any of the SaaS, the software as the service providers, your Facebook, your Twitter, or whatever, these are the people who are responsible to manage your data on your behalf. But they will not manage if you will click any other here and there, kind of cyber crimes, websites, or even, the websites which are unknown, or the websites which people have created to hack you. They will be not responsible of your data. And these data will go, these data cannot be changed afterwards once it is hacked. And it is quite difficult to get these, information later on. So as I told you before, these are the things which will be going to change. Now, even the education sector is changing. Please see this video.
You can interact in a really intuitive way with a 3D representation of the body just right there in front of your eyes. Reach out and touch it. And it would be a breathing model, a living creature that it can offer so much more than a cadaver in a lab.
So as I said before, the education sector is also redesigning their delivery by adopting the technology to address the changing learning environment. Learning environments is now changing. It's not like a previous learning environment. In China, the schools are now more of, in the augmented reality kind of thing, where the people are watching the live videos, to see that what is going on. Virtual schools are being created. Virtual colleges, universities are also created, where the people are actually learning, and this will become the next normal. With the traditional approaches marginalized permanently, these are the experience which we will be getting, and these will be called as a future of learning. And one of the favorite quote from the author, the guru and the author, which I always follow, the Gary Hamel, who says that the companies fail to create the future, not because they fail to predict it, but because they fail to imagine it. It is creativity and the curiosity they lack, not the clarity. So we need to be very clear what exactly we need to do. We need to be very clear as an institution what exactly we need to do. we need to be very clear as an users what we need to do in this in this COVID, and we need to be very firm on the areas where we are touching on the different websites. So these are some of the resources. If anyone wants, I can actually share these resources. These are the number of video learning sessions which I've done on the cybersecurity and the other digital transformations, in technology, implementing technologies in your institutions, the toolkits also, which I've worked with number of institutions, and the white papers, which I can even share. You can DM me, you can direct message me, you can email me on my email address, or you can actually, send me messages on the WhatsApp. I can send you some frameworks, the cybersecurity frameworks, the ITRM, risk management, ERM frameworks, which you can use in your organization or as a personal, you can use also, or maybe you can use or share with your colleagues, which will be very helpful for them, and will assist in this COVID-19, especially in the coronavirus. Lastly, I would like to say that, guys, this is the amazing era. This is the era like a Shakespeare era, where the Shakespeare was writing number of English books, or the literature books. We are in the era of the pandemic where we can develop number of new things, learn new skills. We can transform ourselves with the latest knowledge in quarantine, or in this pandemic. But this is the time which we need to use. This is the time which we need to learn new things. This is a time which we need to be very vigilant also. This is the time which we need to be very careful, because this is the time which will take us, which will be a new normal for us. Thank you, and stay connected. Over to you, Shaukat.
Thank you very much, Faheem, for such an interesting presentation. And as you mentioned, there's a lot of amazing things, but at the same time, it's pretty scary also. What we are going through nowadays, especially with the COVID-19 and during this whole pandemic, and then also we can imagine that what is coming as a post COVID-19. So I thank you for also sharing all the resources and your offer for our all the attendees to connect and then get the benefit of all the material available.
Sure.
Just one question, because I can see that we have a couple of IT colleagues and IT security professionals are attending this call also. And I know that you have so many certifications. Actually, I don't know which certification you don't have. Actually, all the security certifications you have done. So, what is your advice to them? How they should start? What are the top 3 IT security certifications they should do so that they can go on with their career, and if they want to build their career in the IT security domain?
Sure, thank you, Shaukat. Most of the IT security certification starts first from the IT, IT SC, and also, the ISACA also do number of certifications. It is Certified Information Security Auditors. It is Certified System Security Managers, CSIP, and also others, certifications which you can do. If you need any link or any material, I can also share the material with you. There are a number of materials which are available, the manuals, the books, and also the the areas which you can start. But most of the things that, first of all, if you are interested in cybersecurity kind of, or IT security career, then you should start doing your some homeworks right now. These certifications, yes, these are the important as in professional certifications, but first of all, you need to do what area you want to be specified, networks, or the software qualities, or again overall IT securities, and the elements of the business continuity, or whatsoever, or so on and so forth. So these are the elements which you need to see, the areas, and then again start doing your homework. There are a number of websites. ISACA also do number of, other than certifications, they also do the free webinars, or some of the webinars are not too costly. They are just $5, $10, or even less than $5 sessions which they do. There are a number of things which is also available on LinkedIn. The LinkedIn, learning environment also gives, very good learning environments in the cybersecurity. There are a number of articles, books is also available which you can read and you can understand if you are already in the IT, in the career, which will actually take you and give you a proper understanding that what exactly you need to do. But as an IT, staff, if you are already in the IT profession, you should start doing the certification, especially from the ISACA, which is the, the CISA, CISM, and all that. I can share the link, whoever is interested. as I shared my personal information.